Welcome back, awesome Accessory fans and subscribers. Last of my current run of Acid Rain World figures. This is Jessie, the Civet Company G2 Agent, which I've seen online. A few people have got, and there's been some comments that our hips are too far apart. There's a big hip gap, so I should be looking at that. And then people saying, why does she not have more protection on her body? Why is she so exposed? Because the acid rain would be corrosive. Who knows? I'm not going to be worried about that, but I will look at the hip gap. Let's have a look at what she's like, and I'll compare her to a couple of figures, and we'll see from there. Comes with a red case. Okay. Nothing under the foam. Why do I check? Because years ago, when the AAM or the AMM Trooper came out, see the videos, which is highly exclusive and cost a fortune these days, at least $100 or $80 if you're lucky. They had underneath the sponge a little sort of collector's thing of all the different releases, so I like to check underneath there. Okay, let's have a look at accessories. We have here a bag that is taped away. I would be cheaper than just to buy sort of tiny zip. Thank you, tape. Tiny Ziploc bags instead, which I think would make more sense. Okay, so she has got in here. Cool. 2 grenades, 2 pistols, a machine gun, and a knife. And I am disappointed already because none of them have any paint on. They're all just black plastic. So I will be checking other stuff online. If mine's the only set ones like that, I'll say, hey, what's wrong with my stuff? Why is there no paint on them? Okay, and she has here her helmeted head, which is like a rabbit, and I actually quite like that. Simple paintwork, needs more, and the sort of goggle part, which is plain black, is not painted. Okay, the figure itself, let's have a look. Great head sculpt, even got the hair clips on there, which are painted. Does look good. She's got a bit of a muffin top going on with the fat. Hip gap, I can see particularly on one side. It seems to be the right side is where there's more of a hip gap than the left side. That's half hidden by this belt here. If I pick up, you can see there. It's a huge gap between her hip and hip joint on the right side. Left side seems to be natural, so this seems normal, sorry. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But that is quite disturbing how big that is. Okay, sculpt on the face, fantastic. Body. The flesh doesn't really match from the sort of chest to the stomach. Maybe there's more inking on the stomach than the chest. It looks a slightly different colour. Arms. Where you got the joint for the bicep bend, it just seems a bit sticking out a bit too much. But it's quite cool. The jacket can come off, but then she'll have like just these shoulder parts painted, which seems a bit strange. Okay, she's got a holster for 1 pistol on the back, or the knife maybe on the back, and 2 holsters on the side. So, and she's got space for the grenades on the front as well. That's pretty cool. And what's this belt system here? It looks like some sort of little lock. Not sure what that is. Oh no, it's not, just my imagination. Looks pretty cool. Let's see what articulation articulation is like. I also want the weathering, where you're inking something like this, which doesn't have any sort of lines or detail. It just looks a bit blotchy, like she needs a shower. Let me look at the back. Look, big blotch. Okay, so she looks left and right. She looks down and up. She has a small side to side. Shoulders, not as good as a Celine Raider, but still better than some of the other recent Acid Rain ones. Biceps, we know already, are going to be like, I mean, that's just ridiculous. Look at that. Phenomenal. Phenomenal bend on the biceps. Can't touch that. Existing sculpt on the hand. She has left hand wave. Right hand is gun. She has trunk, forwards forwards, backwards, side to side turn. She has waist turn and forwards, backwards as well. So she gets a big forwards, but that does expose the barbell inside. Backwards will expose the barbell at the front, but there's a big articulation. Hips goes so far, then the sort of sculpt and the other stuff gets in the way. There is a thigh turn, double kneecap, a bit stiff, but again, look at that, you don't get tighter in that. I'll do the other leg as well, just to make sure it's just to even out. Okay, there we go. Unstiffen it. Feet, ankles turn. Gets a really good tippy toe. Her dorsal flexation, her Michael Jackson is going to be, looks to be pretty good because there's no trousers to get in the way of the shoe tongue. And she does have, I believe, yeah, foot swivel like this. So decent articulation, but okay, if I pick that up now and put her leg straight, you can see what I mean by that hip gap. It appears as though the thighs at the top should be slightly bigger to prevent that. Okay. Let's stand her up and equip some of our stuff, see where it goes. So, pistols, we should go in our holsters, presumably. There's one. There's two, and they are very, well, one is very firm, one is not particularly firm. Why is one so firm and the other is not firm at all? Let me try changing the guns to the other sides and see if it's just that one side. How peculiar. Okay, guns are changed around and they stay nice inside their holsters. There's a little thing on the back which I'm assuming is going to be for her knife. Yeah, that does look particularly cool, I must say. And there are two little parts on the front where you can hook the grenades into. At least you should be able to. And now her belt's come undone, that'll make it slightly easier to do this. Okay, grenade gun actually really quite tight, which is nice. Because these are small and you're not going to do too much with them apart from pose with them. You're not going to play a lot of these, so it's better to have them in nice and tight so you don't lose them. Okay, there. One's in tight, one's in semi-tight, but not all the way down. But okay, that's good as it gets. So the belt does come undone from the back and it clips back in. I'm a bit worried how I'm going to get that to go, because sometimes these clips can be really hard to do on these little toys. But that's relatively easy to be fair. She is tooled up and ready for action, still not even holding her little machine gun yet. Okay, and the head. Let's have a look. Well, that is going to be a bit... Oh! What? I did give a lot of force and it still didn't want to pop into place, this little head here. I would say heat this one up first. Because that is really hard to put in. I've just tried to stretch it, which is not a good thing to do with your stuff. If it's not warm, oh, that is really starting to pee me off. Okay, I'm going to heat this up, pop it on, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. Heated up, stuck on. Looks good. Would look far better, however, if those goggles were painted. So my opinions, I like her. I want to like her a lot because I think there's loads of potential there, but this gap in the waist between the waist you can see and the hip gap, which is looking okay now, when that appears is not that nice. It's just it's the small things that are making it move from being a really good figure to just being a good figure. But it's nice to have the variety in body shape. I'm not so sure about the her dress code, but hey ho, one for the lads. Decent figure. Helmet's nice. I wish again that was a painted on the visor, on the goggles. I will check other posts on Facebook and whatnot to see. But not bad, not bad. Okay, let's just see how she holds her weapons, and then we can conclude this review. She's holding fantastic. So the hand's a bit stiff. The machine gun, yeah, look at that, superb how she holds that. One-handed holds that amazingly. Two-handed with her articulation should just be a really simple walk in the park. Very easy. Fantastic. Let's check out her pistols. Now the hands are not quite opposite. So I will do pistols in both sides because they're not the same. Right hand holds nicely, though it could be a little bit better with that trigger being over the finger. Okay, that's better. And left hand, I suspect, might hold it even better than the right. Let's have a look. And left hand holds it really well as well. Both hold it particularly well. Now her belt's coming off again because I didn't clip it on properly the first time and it came off. Pew 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 pew. Nice. And then lastly, let's have the knife. Let me just take this belt off. Never mind, it can stay on the floor for a few minutes or moments or seconds or whatever. Yeah, she holds that very, very well indeed. A very good looking figure. Okay, let me just pick up her belt. Almost feels like Batman with utility belts. There's so much stuff she can stick on there. Grenades, the knife, everything else. And also it's hiding her horrible waist gap. So if I compare it to the Celine Raider, even though she's got her helmet on, looks cool. Compare it to a couple of, compare it to the other Civet Company, the Sentinel. He is towering above them both. He is a taller figure. And then I use a couple of Joy Toy figures. And again, all of these will be somewhere in suggested videos as well. looks fantastic. I do recommend her, but there are issues that I spoke about, particularly with the gap in the hips and the waist. But other than that, I think she's pretty cool, and the head sculpt again is fantastic. Okay, this is Awesome Action Toys. I am signing out, saying please like, share, and subscribe. I'll be back soon with more awesome action videos for you. Check out other content because there's loads on the channel. Something for everyone, even from the smaller scales like 160, 135, and at the moment I go up to whatever the huge Jurassic Park one is. I've no idea. Okay, take care, stay happy, keep collecting. Bye bye.